Joe Slovo was born in Lithuania in 1926 and moved to South Africa with his parents at the age of 9. His father was a van driver in Johannesburg, and Slovo worked as a dispatch clerk for a chemist while studying law at the University of Witwatersrand, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree and Bachelor of Law degree. He volunteered for South African forces during World War II and was subsequently active in the Springbok Legion, a radical ex-servicemen's league. Slovo was a founding member of the Congress of Democrats in 1953 and represented the organization on the National Consultative Committee of the Congress Alliance, created at the time of the call for a Congress of the People. In 1954, he was banned from attending all gatherings under the Suppression of Communism Act, but continued his political activities covertly. Slovo contributed to the drafting of the Freedom Charter, but was unable to attend the Congress of the People in Clifftown because of his restriction order. He watched the proceedings through binoculars from the nearby rooftop.
In December 1956, Slovo, together with the Congress activists, was charged with treason. He acted as a member of the defense team as well as being accused. During the examination of the treason trial, as it came to be known, he was charged for contempt of court when objecting to the magistrate's handling of the examination. Treason charges against him were dropped in the late 1958. During the state of emergency in 1960, following the Sharpeville massacre, Slovo was detained for 4 months period. Slovo was one of the earliest members of the military wing of the African National Congress, Umkhonto we Sizwe, and regularly attended meetings of its high command at Lilies Farm, Rivonia. He left the country in June 1963 on an external mission, and a month later police captured the remaining key figures of the high command, including Walter Sisulu and Govan Mbeki. A month after the arrest, Slovo's wife, Ruth First, was detained for almost 4 months. On her release, she left the country together with her 3 daughters. Slovo continued to work for the ANC and the SAPC abroad, and in 1977 moved to Maputo, Mozambique, where he established an operational center for the ANC. In 1982, Ruth First was killed in a parcel bomb explosion in Maputo. 2 years later, Slovo was forced to leave Mozambique following the signing of Nkamati Accord between that country and South Africa. In January 1986, a British court awarded Slovo substantial damages against a South African newspaper group over a report in the Star newspaper that he had orchestrated the murder of his wife.
Slovo was chief of staff of Umkhonto we Sizwe until April 1987, a member of the Central Committee of the SACP, and served on the Revolutionary Council of the ANC from 1969 until its dissolution in 1983. At the ANC Consultative Conference held in Zambia in 1985, Slovo became the first white member of the ANC's national executive. Following the death of Moses Mabhida in 1986, Slovo was appointed General Secretary of the SACP. Early in 1987, the SACP asked the ANC to relieve Slovo of his MK position as a result of the pressure of his duties as General Secretary of the SACP. As a result, he vacated the position of Chief of Staff of Umkhonto we Sizwe in April, but retained his position of the ANC National Executive Committee and his Political Military Council. In June 1989, the SACP Congress adopted a new program of action to replace its 1962 guidelines.
It is accepted that the strategies of armed struggle did not rule out the possibility of negotiations and compromise. In January 1990, Slovo circulated a document entitled "Has Socialism Failed?", indicating that the SACP would commit itself to a multi-party, post-apartheid democracy, freedom of organization, speech, thought, press, movement, residence, conscience and religion, full trade union rights for all workers, including the right to strike, and one person, one vote in free and democratic elections.
The SACP and ANC were unbanned in February 1990, and Slovo was elected as the party's General Secretary. But in 1991 he retired from his position largely because of his ill health. He was subsequently elected party chairman at the SACP conference held in December 1991. At the ANC conference held in Durban in July 1991, Slovo was re-elected to its National Executive Committee. He also served on the ANC's National Working Committee.